The world ocean covers 71% of the Earth's surface, thereby forming the largest habitat in the world. Since marine habitats can be divided into different zones, environmental conditions in the ocean change from zone to zone, both horizontally and vertically. Marine habitats consist of three main zones: the coastal zone, the open sea, and the deep sea. The coastal zone is located above the continental shelf, not deeper than 200 meters. Its flora and fauna are the richest in varieties of species. The coastal zone is eutrophic because rivers that empty into it are rich in nutrients, and the remains of dead organisms also flow back there. Photosynthesis is possible in the coastal zone due to the presence of light. The open sea is the upper 200-meter layer of the ocean, far from the shore. Light is present in this zone as well, so photosynthesis is possible. However, there are usually not enough nutrients here because the remains of dead organisms sink to the bottom of the ocean. Thus, life is scarce in the open sea. Plankton prevails near coastal waters or upwellings where there are enough nutrients. Plankton is a mass of organisms floating in the water that cannot swim against the currents. Water becomes green in areas where there is an abundance of plankton. The deep sea is the layer of the open sea below depths of 200 meters. This zone has barely been explored. Since light does not penetrate the deep sea below 1,000 meters, it is completely dark below this depth. Consequently, plants, the primary producers, are missing. The only creatures that survive here are animals and bacteria that feed on organic matter, called marine snow, which falls from the upper layers. Marine life is also influenced by environmental factors. Water absorbs light, but it absorbs components of different wavelengths at different depths. Blue light is not absorbed well in seawater, so it can penetrate to a great depth, and this is why seawater appears blue. Light is vital for flora living both in the coastal waters and in the open sea, which naturally need the energy from light for photosynthesis. As light becomes more and more scarce with depth, photosynthesizing plants gradually disappear, a development which also affects the fauna. The temperature and its fluctuations are more balanced in the ocean than on land. The deeper we go, the colder the temperature grows. Water temperature at a depth of 2,000 meters and below remains constant at about 2 to 4 degrees Celsius. The range of marine organisms is also affected by the temperature. Species less tolerant of the changes in temperature inhabit tropical and polar seas, or the abyssal zones of the oceans. On the other hand, species that inhabit seas in the temperate zone, or the coastal zones, are more tolerant of these changes. The deeper we go in the sea, the higher the pressure becomes. At a constant temperature, the volume of a gas is inversely proportional to the pressure applied to it. For instance, if we lower a ball into the ocean, as it sinks deeper, the pressure exerted on it increases, and therefore its volume decreases. Organisms living in the ocean search for an optimal zone in terms of pressure. Due to the difference in pressure, many of these organisms have developed the ability to adapt to the changing environment, especially marine mammals that breathe air, like seals, dolphins, and whales.